Time to go racing here in the sunshine at Southern National Motorsports Park. It's race number 4 here for the 4Wide Motorsport Mini Stock Tour. After this race today, we'll officially be halfway. My name is Scott Shive. I am joined alongside by Emmett Crow, as well as Cody Deemers in production. Cody Deemers currently in a hideaway right now, being able to still produce, but he is up there in trouble with all the tornadoes, so we thank him for being able to produce here, and glad that he and everyone around those areas is staying safe and unaffected, so we will not have many graphics tonight. Emmett and I will do our absolute best to keep all you race fans in the know-how with what is going on out on track. Speaking of the track, Emmett, it is Southern National, a place where we know can provide some decent action.
Yeah, it can provide some decent action and some great action, too. This is going to be an exciting race. It'll be really cool to see these mini stocks on this track. You know, this is a big track for them, you know, kind of. So that'll definitely be interested to see.
Kyle Dumas right now, your fastest in qualifying. He was your fastest in practice. And no surprise there, Kyle Dumas has already picked up a win. He picked up that win at Hickory. We've got Austin Cansdale running it up in second right now, and Devin Merrill giving another shot here tonight. He's in third right now.
Yeah, that's kind of but I do want to add, it looks like we've got Mr. Landon Brown from the Leadfoot Racing League on here.
Yes, we do.
Glad to see Mr. Landon coming over. Had a great run until he ran out of gas last night in that Leadfoot Racing League race, for sure.
I missed you guys last night, Emmett, at Leadfoot. And I've been doing a lot of traveling, and I'll be doing a lot of traveling here in the future. But I hate that I missed you guys last night with the Leadfoot Racing League. This is the number 36 of Stephen Luttrell. Had a great opening race last week at Myrtle Beach. He put on excellent form last week at that race. Got a top 5 in his opening. Actually, no, he won, didn't he?
Yeah, he won. He
won on debut.
Yep.
That's what I thought. So we've had 3 different winners so far. And this is race number 4. So could we have 4 different winners in 4 races in the opening of this 8-week series here with the mini stock? Stephen Luttrell goes to the top of the boards, 16.564, just 1/100th of a second faster than Kyle Dumas. So what a great lap by Stephen Luttrell. This is the 51. Right now I'm looking through my charts. The 51 is going to go for a little bit of a spin. We've got the 11 of Robert Eversole. Normally we see him in that black and green machine, but here he's got pink and white.
Yeah, pink and white. Actually, that looks, I can't tell if it's a pink or a purple. You can't really tell, but yeah. And then of course we got Gerald Berlin rocking the FWM colors with the FWM paint scheme. So great looking scheme right there in the 70 machine. And be interesting to see if he keeps us cool this week.
Yeah, Berlin.
Or not.
Well, you know, he had a great run last week. We talked about it. You know, we saw him early on when we were doing the modified series. He turns right. His qualifying lap is over. That was definitely purposeful on his part. A 13th place is the best that he will be able to get here for this time. Yeah, he's definitely going to get a meatball flag on that one. Bradley Young out there doing the drift machine. He put his car, that 89 machine, up into 7th with a 16.79, so just over 0.2 of a second off of pole. But we were talking about Gerald Berlin. He had a pretty decent run last week as Bradley Young finds a way to drift these mini stocks. So difficult to do.
Yeah, so difficult to do. It's like
you don't really want to do it.
Yeah, you don't really want to do it, but I guess he thinks he's on dirt. And I mean, it's working for him, so I mean, that's whatever works, don't fix it, you know?
Can you imagine if they put dirt over Southern National?
That would be wild.
I wonder how that would race, genuinely. I just thought about that. I feel like it'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, it'd definitely be pretty crazy. For sure.
You know, I think it's so cool every week. We get about about 14 to 17 drivers here in Four Wide Motorsports every single week, and we've had new guys come in. I just love it. What is it, Emmett, about this league, about these guys at Four Wide, that they just bring in so many people?
Well, it's all thanks to Mr. Wayne Cannon and Mr. Daniel Jones, the president and vice president of this incredible league. And thanks to Daniel Jones for coming up with this new series. And also, we're going to be running ARCA in the near future. Scott?
I heard that, and I am very excited about that. I hope that's going to be on our Monday night series because I would absolutely love to call that with you. 86 degrees outside here at Southern National, Kenly, North Carolina. A little bit of a hot one, 131 degrees out on that track. And so that is going to be slick out there, Emmett, for these drivers.
Yeah, make sure you go visit Vessler Chevrolet for all your Chevy needs, all your car needs. Yeah, I'd throw that in there. So great sponsor on the pylon.
Well, absolutely. So Stephen Luttrell, fastest right now. We're waiting for qualifying. We're going to wait for qualifying to run down here. But as always, Daniel Jones has yet to qualify. I don't know what it is. I want to know why he never qualifies. I'm genuinely like, why?
Well, why don't we just drag him down? Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Talk to him.
Okay, Daniel Minefield Jones. Why every week do you got a copy, by the way?
Yes, sir. I'm with you.
Why do you never qualify each week? I mean, you run very decent. You ran great in the modifieds. You ran very decently here with the mini stocks. Why do you never qualify?
I just like watching everybody else race, man. I get to learn everybody else how they drive, and it makes it more fun. Just kind of in and out, and I don't know. It's kind of more calming going through the field than it is having somebody pressuring you the whole time, in my opinion. Plus, I mean, it's just fun for me. I don't know. It's just something I do.
It is definitely a show to watch you come up through the field like you normally do every time you do your thing and don't qualify. What do you expect here? There we go. You've raced here real life in the mini stocks, Daniel. So what do you expect here out on track? It is hot, 131 degrees out on the temperature. How will you approach this race?
Pretty kind of timid. I mean, it's really slick coming up out the corner, and it's kind of keep it straight, keep the tires underneath you because you don't want to burn them off so quick. I mean, you're going to tear the right front up, and the next thing you know, the right rear is gone, and then your day is pretty much done. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to take nice and easy. See how the pack plays out, and play from see how it goes.
What's it been like to race here in real life? I mean, this is one of my favorite tracks in the sim, and I would love races here. What has it been like to be able to race here?
I consider it like a miniature Bristol. I mean, you go sailing off in the corner, you got the high bank in the hole, you feel it in the seat, and then you just hammer down, coming up off the corner, slide to the wall, and just all out, man. It's like a miniature Bristol. That's about the best way you can kind of sum it up.
Well, we appreciate you giving us a moment of your time. Good luck here in the race tonight.
Appreciate it.
That was Daniel Jones, the number 17 machine. Never qualifies each week, but always makes his way up through the field. And a cool little shot from our producer. Did not know that he had raced here in real life before. It's always so cool to get guys in the sim that have really gone to places in real life, Emmett.
Yeah, he's ran in the Goodies Dash series. He's ran all over the country, actually, Scott. He ran at Myrtle Beach, and that was the thing about this series. He handpicked these tracks that he had ran at for this series. So yeah, great interview with Mr. Daniel Mindfu, as we call him in FWM Jones. Great short track legend, and can't wait to see what he does tonight.
So we've got a few in terms of what's happened out on track. Some controversial guys back here tonight. I would say Morrill and Starling have been two of those guys that have come in here, and I think some of them have raced pretty well, but I think they've definitely had some controversial moments tonight. How, Emmett, if you were another driver out there, how would you approach that?
Watch out, because especially if you're around Lance Starling, watch out. I don't want to badmouth any driver, but I'll tell you, we're going to have to get that number from Chuck Finkley before this race is over so we can file some claims on these cars.
Well, let's go through your starting grid here at Southern National. Stephen Luttrell will get the pole for the second week in a row. Kyle Dumas will be to his outside. It'll be Robert Eversole, Austin Cansdale starting third and fourth in row number 2. Row 3 will be Devin Morrill and Landon Brown. Row 4, 7th and 8th, Bradley Young and Yogi Schleer. Rounding out the top 10 in row number 5 is Caleb Kramer and Lance Starling.
Yeah, in row 6, you'll find Colt Martin lining up next to Terry W. Spainhauer. And in row 7 will be Gerald Berlin in the 70 lineup next to Blake Norman in the 77. And row 8 will be Benjamin Hollenbaugh lining up next to Scott Shive in the 81. Row 9 will be Joshua Trussler lined up next to Daniel Jones at 18. How did you get ahead of the field?
Well, so it does it off of iRating, and so if you don't qualify, it does it based off iRating. Gotcha. I did that last week on accident, and I did it again here this week. I meant to join as a spectator, but actually I figured out I can talk to the drivers when I do this. One time I tried to talk to the drivers because it was a new series that I had done. I don't remember if it was here when we did the modifieds. It might have been. Yes, it was. What was it? Shireliki. It was Shireliki.
Yeah, Shireliki, yeah.
We were asking about how to pronounce his name, and when you join iRacing as a spectator, you can only talk to other spectators. You can't talk to the drivers, so it didn't work out. Yeah, we did the Southern Family 92, and we were trying to figure out.
Yeah.
All these guys were racing on these sim pods and didn't have their name; it just had sim pod, and we had to figure out all their name. That was difficult. I'd go through the field and see, it's Simpod number 1. Oh, John Brown.
That was here, by the way. That was here,
and I hope. Look again. It was a great race for a good cause. I hope we don't have a repeat of some of the cautions and what happened there. We had the guys, Riley Neal and all those guys put on a great event. Get to talk to Riley Neal now, and he's a great modified driver, but we're hoping to see a little bit cleaner race here at Southern National. We were speaking about it. We don't want to see what we saw here with the mini stocks like we saw at Hickory. It'll be Stephen Luttrell, Kyle Dumas up on your front row, Robert Eversole, Austin Cansdale. Eversole has gotten a pretty good start here in these mini stocks, but we've really been talking mainly about Cansdale, Luttrell, and Dumas. It's race number 4 here at Southern National. Green flag is away.
Yeah, green flag's out, and what a launch is. Here we go. Here comes Luttrell. He's going to take that thing to the bottom, and it'll stick, and he'll shoot out to the lead. But not for long. Here comes Dumas on the outside. Dumas is actually running, Scott, as we got a car. Looks like we were spun out.
Car spun out, still green out on the racetrack. Dumas trying to get it on the high side, pinches down the 36 of Luttrell. Can he get the lead from outside pole?
Terry Spainhauer is in the infield. I don't know if you see this, but Terry W. Spainhauer just ran through the infield. He's coming back on the track now. But wow. But yes, I was going to add, Kyle Dumas is running a throwback to his first ever race car, which was a 95 Dodge Neon. He posted about it today, so great to see that car.
Great to see that. The 89 of Bradley Young here, right where he started in 7th, just trying to ride. He's right behind newcomer of Landon Brown, one of the owners of the Leadfoot Racing League. We get the privilege to call on Sunday nights. Landon Brown looking to have a good night here tonight. Yogi Schleer in a bit of a battle here with Colton Martin with that 24 Jeff Gordon machine, the DuPont machine. I've actually got a sweatshirt like that. I don't know if I've ever gotten to show you guys. I think I have. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful looking machine. Yogi Schleer trying to get that position back.
I think that was our first time we were on camera. That's what you were wearing.
It was. I wear that sweatshirt a lot. So Yogi Schleer loses position to Colt Martin. Look around at 51 of Caleb Kramer. Two newcomers right now running 8th and 9th. Kramer right on the back of Bradley Young, trying to run that high line. Looks like we saw Kyle Dumas got the lead from the high side. Is that a viable line?
Yep. I think Eversole is running the fastest lap of the race right now at a 60.
Oh, contact between Dumas and Berlin. Berlin is going a lap down, and they make contact off of turn 4.
Yeah, I want to know what happened to Gerald Berlin because he qualified right up there, so something must have happened at the start. Yeah, let's take a look at the replay spot and see what happened to these cars.
Oh, Berlin might have been that spinner that you saw that we did not get our caution for. You can see Berlin down there on the bottom.
Yeah.
Make contact with who was it? Oh, was that? Yep, that was Terry W. Spainhour.
Yeah.
So that was that contact that we saw that did not bring out the caution. Wow. And so now Berlin going a lap down. He's already a lap down. He's battling with Stephen Luttrell. Luttrell currently in second, but Berlin giving him a bit of a hard time.
Yeah, Berlin giving him a hard time, and that's allowed Dumas to check out to this lead. But watch out, boys. Eversole still has the fastest lap of the race so far.
Yeah, Eversole just gave the shot to Berlin, trying to move him out of the way. Interested to see how hard Berlin is racing these guys after he's already one lap down. Fastest lap up on the board. That is Robert Eversole right now. Eversole now down to the inside of Berlin, and Berlin is going to have to give it up. Bit of a slide job there from Eversole. Makes big contact with the 70 of Berlin. That's going to open the door for Cancel. Oh, Berlin is going to try to wreck him and spins himself out. Caution flies.
Be ready with that brake clean and stuff, guys.
Oh my gosh,
Forward.
that.
We're going to drop down the oil dryer.
Why?
Why exactly? I don't understand that.
I don't either. I mean, you're a lap down. You're racing these front runners really hard, and then you're upset with Eversole for moving you up the track. You try to turn him into turn 1, and you spin yourself out.
And why would you do it when you're under probation? Gerald Berlin had the incident in Victory Lane at Hickory in the late models. So why would you do that and jeopardize your chances? I think they're gonna have to take a look at this.
Oh, they definitely probably will. Drivers, it's very easy to get hot under the helmet. And you can see a moment right there from Gerald Berlin. He got a little hot under the helmet. He has disconnected from the session, so he is out. We're going to take a quick commercial break under this caution. We'll be back with the rest of the action.
Welcome to Elevated Television. We are home to the Pitfall Podcast Tour, the Madhouse Racing League, and if you are looking for a league or in a broadcast company looking to shine and show your name out there, look no further than Elevated Television. More than just broadcasting. We also do quality edits with HD picture quality and more. Here in just a few of what we do here over on Elevated Television. Overlays. We do all forms of racing for
Coming back early, getting ready to go to green. Kyle Dumas on the inside this time. Steve Luttrell on the outside. Green flag back in the air. Oh, bit of a stack up on the outside lane. That's going to get him wrecked into the outside wall. Caution is out here. Yogi Schleer, Joshua Tressler, a few others involved. 24 here involved as well.
Yeah, as we take a look right here, they just got stacked up on the outside, it looks like, Scott. Yeah.
See, I guess I've got to imagine Luttrell missed a shift there. You see the 24 here gets involved. That is Colt Martin.
Yeah, but Martin, did Martin let him know that he checked up? Because I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't have my radio turned on right at that moment. So not sure if he got to tell them, but yeah, that was a big stack up in the outside line. Let's take another look at it here. Yeah, Luttrell absolutely missed a shift there into one, stacked up the whole outside line.
Yeah. Wow. But, man, that's tough.
So another quick yellow.
So I'm looking at this leaderboard, and look at this. Look at, well, now it's going back normal. Why is, that's not Luttrell. Yeah, it is. Why is Luttrell trying to get his spot back?
Well, he didn't lose his spot. He didn't spin.
But he brought out the caution.
But no, he didn't. He didn't spin. He wasn't the reason for the caution.
I thought he ran.
Nope. He did not. So he is right where he needs to be, right there up in second behind Dumas. We're going to go to single file restarts here. Green flag back in the air.
Yeah, green flag back in the air. And right there, Dumas gets a great launch. And I tell you, that's going to be Luttrell's kryptonite, and Dumas's hot. That's his strong suit, is single file restart. So Luttrell's going to have to figure out how to throw him off his rhythm and get past him for sure.
Yeah, single file restarts is one of the big things that helped Dumas solidify his win at Hickory. Racing action in the back.
Oh, man.
Austin Cansdale, Devin Murill here. Murill running solidly within the top 5 all night long, but Landon Brown hot on his heels. Brown moves up a lane, trying to carry momentum off the corner and jump down below that 31 of Murill. But be careful, Bradley Young in the 89 right there.
Yeah, Bradley Young right there, trying to get alongside of Landon Brown. Gonna get into him. Oh, man, he almost went around.
Little bit of contact there. You saw Young just send it down into turn 3. Brown was able to move up. They made slight contact. So what a move for Brown to make sure that he didn't get spun out. Bradley Young definitely was woeing that mini stock up as much as he could. 20 laps complete so far. And look at your top 3. Almost not a bumper between them.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Robert Eversole is still holding strong with that fastest lap of the race at a 16:59. Wow.
And right now, Luttrell a little bit faster than Dumas right now, and he goes down to the inside here. He's going to look low into turn number 3. Battle back on for the lead. Dumas going to drift it up high. He snags the wall a little bit. Still door to door into turn number 1. Look at Steven Luttrell off of turn number 2. What a great shot here into 3. But Dumas really able to work the high line like no one else.
Yeah, Dumas using that high line, but yeah, if he continues to hit that, oh man, he came down right there and almost cut the nose in front of the 36. Man, dude, that was almost bad news. But look at Eversole trying to challenge Luttrell, trying to get past him so he can fight with Dumas for this lead.
Gotta wonder right now if Dumas, when he's able to work that line, if he's really using up his right side tires. I'm interested to see how that might work out for him as this run goes on. Imagine we'll probably see these guys only pit once, probably around lap 65, maybe around lap 70 or so. Around that nature might be the time that we might see these guys dive into the pit lane. Landon Brown still trying to work around Murill, makes a mistake there, tries to widen the corner into 3, taps the wall. It opened the door for Young for just a moment. Oh, they're going to make contact. Landon Brown is going to move Murill up the hill. That's going to put them side by side. This is a battle to get into the top 5. Murill has held the spot all day long, but Landon Brown ready to go.
Yeah, Landon Brown going to use the bottom. He's strong on that bottom. But look at Murill on that top line. I mean, he hit the wall right there. That's going to allow Landon Brown to take the position away. For sure.
So Landon Brown taking over 5th spot from that 31 of Morill. That opens a door as well for Bradley Young, trying to take 6th place away. Morill fighting strong on the outside. You saw it earlier. Just tried to get a little bit too much out of that exit when Brown was up under him, drifted up high, and that gave Brown just such a great run here. Looking farther in the back, this is Lance Starling on the inside of Colt Martin. Colt Martin gets it on the high side, and look at that. Daniel Mindfu Jones looking to move forward. He brushes the outside wall as well.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't get caught up into it, because we've seen Mr. Daniel Jones have some great runs, and then he'll get caught up in a late race accident, or he has a power flicker, or his internet goes out and ends up not with such a great run like he could have had, you know.
Fight for second is on. Robert Eversole finally gets to the inside of Stephen Luttrell. And Luttrell looking like he had that speed earlier on, but cannot hold it over the long run. He's able to work the outside that time and solidify himself back up into second. But Eversole looks to have the faster machine right now. This is only the fight for second. Meanwhile, Dumas runs all alone out front.
Yeah, but here's the thing also, Scott. Could Luttrell be saving his stuff? You know, he could be saving his stuff, you know, because, like, Dumas is he's going to use up his right front. I mean, it's just a matter of time. You know, his right side is going to be, you know, gone. So
I don't know. He's back on the bottom now. Looks like he's not running too fast. He's running slower than Luttrell right now. So Dumas might be slow. Look at this. The fight between Morill and Kramer has continued. Morill fell back behind Brown and Young. Kramer has been there, ready to take the spot from Morill as well. It looks like this might be the place that Morill is going to hold for the moment. They both tag the outside wall. This is some hard racing in the mid-pack. Oh, they're going to make contact. Morill is sideways. Kramer backs out, and they keep it straight. But wow, hard racing here.
yeah, hard racing for sure. Here comes Kramer. He's going to try to jump to the inside. Oh, man. Golly, they are. I mean, how is Morill not got completely sideways with that?
I don't know. He is working it hard right now in that mini stock. I wonder if he used up his tires earlier on, is why he fell from 5th position. Looking back up towards the front, it's Dumas, Luttrell, and Eversole here. All 3 cars under a blanket, racing it out for this lead. Dumas just not getting away.
Yeah, Dumas not getting away. And now look up, we see Austin Cansdale. He's up there, just waiting to pounce, you know, in that cat cart, no pun intended. But, you know, it's going to be very interesting to see how, if Eversole stays patient, you know, he's got the fastest car, or is he going to get impatient and, you know, all heck's going to break loose, you know. We'll see for sure. It'll be interesting.
It's definitely possible. These 3 front runners so fast here tonight. I mean, they are running almost identical lap times each time we cross the stripe. That time they're all within a half of tenth of each other. And it is crazy to see how close they are. I was going to say half a second, but it's way closer than that between these top 3. Dumas, Luttrell, and Eversole. And let's not forget about Austin Cansdale. He's been there in 4th this entire run. He's been slowly closing in it.
Yeah, he's just sitting there waiting for these 3 to, you know, cause some havoc, and he'll sneak up there and just take away that lead and could possibly take away the win.
I think Eversole might be your fastest car on track right now, at least of raw pace. I think he's continued to catch the back every time of Luttrell, and then he backs off. I think he's trying to save some tire right now. So I think he's the fastest on track right now, but I really, really think that Kyle Dumas is trying to save tire, because I think if he wasn't, he would have already been, you know, half a second out. So I really think he's just managing his pace right now.
That's also think that Dumas is holding these guys up. I really think that oh gosh, they're getting into lap traffic. This is about to be crazy for sure.
Who's going to manage it better? That's one thing that you and I have not yet to talk about yet. Who will manage it better with them so close right now? One could use lap traffic as a pick to get in front of the leader. Can Kyle Dumas manage it and catch these cars right where he needs to be? Terry W. Spanow are going to go to the bottom. All these leaders going to go around him on the high side. So all working out for Dumas right now.
Yeah, looking like as we see the 6 of Benjamin Hollenbaugh, actually he's going to just dip out. So I thought he was going to be making his pit stop, but he I guess he disconnected. Yeah,
Hollenbaugh was not having the best day. He just went a lap down in that number 6 machine. He was running in 15th. Decides to park it. Not sure if he had to go and be somewhere or what was running well there. Saw him run very well last week at Myrtle Beach, but Southern National was not to his liking here tonight. Now with that lap traffic, Austin Cansdale has caught up to this lead pack. It is now a 4-way battle for the lead. Luttrell back to the inside of your leader of Dumas. Dumas able to ring the high side, but Luttrell a great run this time through.
Yeah, Dumas looks like he's a sitting duck, really. But I just want to chime in. Mr. Rillo Racing, Rillo, another fellow console racer in FWM, he said, can't wait to see Berlin and Morrell get at it. So that's definitely pretty funny to hear. But, yeah, look at Luttrell. But Dumas, I don't see how he's staying tough on that top line, Scott.
Well, and he's not staying as tough this time because those tires are a little bit more worn. I think he had to use up those tires earlier. He had the freshness and the big amount of grip of those fresh tires that he could get you on that high side. But this time by, he's just not able to get that speed off the corner, and Luttrell has that preferred line. Eversole going to make contact with Dumas there. But here we go. Stephen Luttrell all the way through to third. Dumas is going to slide back into second. Meanwhile, Austin Cansdale trying to work now to the outside of Eversole for third.
Yeah, Cansdale trying to get on the outside of Eversole. He saw Dumas try to do it, and now he's going to try to follow Dumas. But that actually almost didn't work out in his favor because he almost, oh my gosh. Look at the run he got out of that corner.
That's what he saved his tires. We said it.
Wow.
Cansdale stayed in fourth while the rest of those three were all together. He saved his tires for when he needed them, and now he's able to work that outside like Dumas could earlier. While these two fight, Stephen Luttrell gets away.
Yeah, Stephen Luttrell's starting to get away, and that's allowing. That's the best sight that he can see in his rear view is that cat car in that 15 in the pinkish, purplish car, all battling for this second position, able to drive away in that clean air.
Well, now they're back to single file, so Austin Cansdale can set his sights out on Stephen Luttrell. Luttrell is just over 0.7 of a second in front of Cansdale. Can Dumas hold position, or will he fall back? We saw Dumas last week. He was running well early on, but really fell off as the run went on. Gotta wonder if tire saving is one of the things he struggles on.
Yeah, definitely be interesting, as now we see Eversole, he's about to pass Dumas. I mean, that's what it seems like, Scott. It seems like Dumas, he hit the wall again. Yeah, it seems like Dumas is just, his tires are gone. And I think the 15 team is in trouble for sure.
Yeah, you can see that last time by, he's just so tight off the corner, drifts way up high. Dumas going to slam the outside wall. That's going to move Eversole securely out into us. We got a spinner down on the apron. That was Yogi Schleer. And when he comes out on the track to get himself righted, that is going to bring out the Iracing caution.
Yep. Gives us a chance, to... Now this gets interesting. Do you pit or do you not pit?
I say you pit. If you're Kyle Dumas, you better come into the pit lane. Oh my goodness! So a bit of extracurricular after. Oh, that was our replay. That's what happened.
That was the replay. Okay. I was going to say we're gonna have to take a look at the replay and see what just happened. But
this is the replay, and this is Yogi Schleer down to the inside of Bradley Young. makes a bit of a miscalculation, gets Young a little bit sideways, then corrects him. Devin Morrill tries to get to the bottom, and he tags Yogi Schleer. Now, at that moment, the caution had come out, but the minute that Schleer tried to turn himself around and get back on the racetrack, Iracing through the caution. And while we watch this replay, all your leaders have come into the pit lane.
Wow. That's definitely going to be interesting.
Only person looks like not to come in right now. Morrill is in. No, everybody is in. Everyone has come into the pit lane.
Look at Bradley Young. Bradley Young beat out Scott Luttrell for the race off pit road.
Wow.
Wow.
What a move. We'll have to see the times here in just a second when my timing screen stops freaking out.
I was going to say, yeah, well, no, timing screen. They're going to say he's in second.
Because I'm interested to see the times here.
Hold on. Let's see.
Robert Eversole being shown as your leader. We'll let you know who's actually going to be leader in just a moment. You see Terry W. Spainhour going around, getting his wave around right now. He is officially the lucky dog.
Yeah, because
so yes, Robert Eversole being scored as the leader. But now Luttrell goes in front of him. So I think they're getting this all sorted out right now.
I don't. Yeah, but where do you throw Bradley Young in there? You know.
I do not know.
Because Young won the race off pit road. What is going on with scoring and timing, folks?
We are very confused here at how this is all getting lined up. Even Luttrell. Dumas spins. Oh my goodness. Iracing's freaking out. We're not going green. We've got delayed green. Where's Dumas going to come back to? Is he going to be in 13th or is he going to get his spot back?
I did want to add, Scott, that the head honcho himself, Mr. Wayne Cannon, is tuning in. And
excellent.
He even said, how about he said the Boston Red Sox? Yeah.
I saw that. Well, Emmett, we've gotten everything sorted. It's going to be Luttrell on the inside, Dumas on the outside, then it's Landon Brown, Bradley Young making up your top four. The 77 of Blake Norman is rounding out your top five. Green flag back out of the air out of turn 2.
Yeah, back in the air, and here comes Luttrell on that inside. Fresh tires for everybody, fresh new shoes. Big take a gas. Look at these two battling side by side.
Oh, getting it banging!
Oh, man.
Bradley Young hard into the outside wall. Him and the 77 of Blake Norman have been fighting hard down the front stretch. Let's take a look at this replay. You can see a big shot from Eversole there to the 77. Bradley Young gets loose and the 77 gets loose. They're almost 3 wide for the moment, and the minute the 77 sees that, he moves up, but he makes an aggressive move upwards, and Bradley Young was there.
Yeah, Bradley Young was right there and cut the worst end of that wreck. I'll tell you, Scott, he's going to have to get that. He's looking up at that flag stand, getting that number from Mr. Chuck Finkley, getting that insurance number to file a claim on that car. We're looking at the front bumper.
Yeah, looking at the front bumper. A lot of words on there.
Let's see if we can get a close shot. Producer, can we get a close shot of that bumper?
We'll see if we can get a shot. See how many we have of them, but this 89 scheme has always looked really cool. Nail it, weld it, screw it. Bradley Young going to go out there on track and absolutely do his best every week, and what an opportunity. It was just taken away from him. He had a great pit stop. He was able to gain a few spots in the pit lane, and right there just has a bit of a moment with the 77, and that is going to send him all the way back to 13th.
Wow. Tough break. Bradley Young for sure.
So Kyle Dumas got the lead. He was out front technically when the caution flew. So that 15 car is going to be back in lead. Wonder this time if they are going, Dumas is going to save his tires this time.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see for sure. Sorry if y'all can hear my dog barking. It'll be interesting for sure to see what happens. Oh man, Dumas stacked up the field on that restart.
Dumas stacking up the field just a little bit. Landon Brown has made himself up into third. 77 of Blake Norman down to the inside. Landon Brown gets a great run on the outside. So Landon Brown has found a great run with these mini stops.
Yeah, found a great run with these mini stops. And, had a great run going last night at Concord, as we see a little blinking going on from Norman. Had a great run at Concord, but ran out of gas in the closing lap. So, big bounce back for him though tonight for sure.
Yeah, Robert Eversole trying to get back into the top 5. He was battling up in third earlier on when the caution came out on lap 61. Bit of a door bang there. Colt Martin going to get the door from Eversole, but Eversole just cannot work that inside right now. I think we're seeing early on these guys can work the high side with those fresh tires, but the more they do that, the more they'll wear.
Yeah, the more they'll do it, the more they'll wear for sure, but, it's also... Man, tough contact from Colt Martin getting into...
Martin going to piss in the slide job in on the inside of the 77 of Norman. That's going to open the door for Eversole to move up into that top 5, and Martin going to be up in fourth. Oh, contact! The 20 is going to go into the wall. That's Joshua Tressler. He's down on the inside right now, stopped at the start-finish line in victory lane. Sadly, not at the end of this race, parked in victory lane. He's able to keep it rolling down in 1 and 2. Take a look here at what happened.
Oh, that's the replay. Okay. This is live.
That's what happened. Marill trying to move back up through this field. Marill is up into 6th. Meanwhile, that 77 of Norman continues to fall back.
Yeah, Norman continuing to fall back, hits the wall, brushes the wall. He's hit everywhere on that wall for sure, Scott. And
Marill has had a much cleaner night than some of the times we've talked about.
Yeah,
we've gotten to see him. He's been having a good night. Made contact with Yogi Schleer early on, but really there was nothing he could have done about that. Yogi Schleer was right in the middle of the track. Lance Starling trying to make a move on the 51 of Kramer. So Starling been having a clean night as well. And the minute I say that, he's going to spin it down to the inside, up forward, and Yogi Schleer is going to make huge contact.
Okay, that's it.
That's my bad, Lance. My bad. Oh, you can see it right there, just loose off of 2. Tries to correct it, gets back to the outside. Then he tries to turn left to get out of the way, and Yogi Schleer just... I guess he thought he was going to be clear. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
wonder if Schleer thought he was going to keep coming up. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it could have been avoided either way. I think, man.
That is a tough break for Yogi Schleer.
Oh, yeah. Wayne Cannon. What did Lucky do to get a hot dog on that last pit stop? My goodness, he fell back.
You saw that Cansdale was one of the early 4, one of the front runners that did start way in the back. He's moved himself up into 7th after the initial pit stop, but he's going to look to move farther forward. Lights are off on the pace car this time around. We'll double file, we'll stack them up. We're going to have a delayed green.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah, I know you're watching Ken. I think he's distracted. His old lady's probably over there, and she's probably distracted him. That's probably what happened. I'm calling it now.
It's highly possible. So Stephen Luttrell can he get it back from Dumas? Do you think Luttrell is hoping for a long run here and will hope that Dumas will use it up? Or do you think Luttrell will try to go out there and get it on his own?
No, but Rillo just said his Big Mac got out mid pit for a chili dog.
Green flag back out here on lap 73 of 125. We've crossed the halfway point already. Landon Brown trying to battle for second on the inside of the 36 of Luttrell. Meanwhile, Colt Martin has slid his way up into fourth almost without notice.
Yeah, Colt Martin, where did he come from? That's what we're asking ourselves, because he came out of nowhere and now he finds himself battling for the second position.
Colt Martin, what a great job. He got a great pit stop. Had a quiet day all day today. Meanwhile, Landon Brown fighting close and hard with Stephen Luttrell. Colt Martin going to get the outside wall while Landon Brown blinking a little bit in and out of the session. Can Colt Martin get third spot from the outside?
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. He does drive to the outside and he gets the position. Now he hits the wall. He overdrove the corner, Scott.
It's really easy to do, really easy to overdrive. We're going to have 3 wide down the front stretch here for third. Robert Eversole going to back out of it. And while all this has gone on, Austin Cansdale has fought hard to get himself back up here. He's going to go right around the outside of Eversole.
Yeah, he's driving like he's got to use the bathroom or something as fast as he's been shot out of a cannon for sure. Austin Cansdale is catching Landon Brown and Colton Martin, Luttrell, and Dumas lap after lap. I don't know what happened to that car, but it has come to life.
A lot of stuff going on here in the mid-pack. Kramer gets past the 89 of Bradley Young for 8th place. Meanwhile, a little bit of beating and banging between Tressler, Norman, and Daniel Jones.
Yeah, a little bit of beating and banging, and that's that good old short track racing for sure. As we see right here, Tressler's going to try to drive it down and try to pass Bradley Young, but we get a good shot of the 51 machine of Kramer, another new guy, as we see Cansdale battling Landon Brown for third.
Yeah, Joshua Tressler got a huge break with that caution earlier. We saw him spin out on the front stretch, did not bring out the caution as we got close quarters here between Cansdale and Brown. Brown on the outside, the 5, Cansdale on the 33, down on the inside. Brown able to work and arc that momentum off the high side for now early on in this run.
Yeah, Brown, great run on that outside line. He's really diamond the corner right, getting the good corner exit speed, and that's allowing him to keep that third spot, but he's got his hands full with Eversole. Morrell, they're almost 3 wide third.
4 cars under a blanket in the battle for fourth. Austin Cansdale to the inside of Brown, then Devin Morrell to the inside of Robert Eversole. 4 cars in a battle here. What great action. It's Joshua Tressler goes to the inside wall. Green flag still out. This battle is still on up towards the front.
Yeah, it's going, and it's going strong. Here comes Cansdale. He'll shoot to the inside, trying to pass Landon Brown for fourth. This is the most exciting battle for fourth I've ever seen in my life, Scott.
You can see Brown just pinches Cansdale down off the corner. Cansdale cannot get the run. Cansdale going to slide it to the outside here. Brown solidifies himself for now. That puts the only 2 cars side by side. Eversole and Morrell. Morrell's going to get into Eversole, but Eversole going to save it.
Yeah, Eversole saves it. We talked about Morrell's been clean, but now it's time. He looks like he's getting a little impatient. So that will be very interesting to see how he proceeds in these further laps for sure.
Well, Morrell, you saw it there, got a little bit of aggressive on the inside of Eversole, but backed out. Eversole was doing a great job to save it, so I think just a little bit of a racing incident there. Hot and heavy action between the 2. Bradley Young gets the outside wall, opens the door for Tressler. We saw Tressler go way down to the inside of the back straightaway wall, but I think he was able to save it. No damage on that car. Tressler moves himself back up into the top 10.
Yeah, Tressler moves himself back up to the top 10, and let me tell you, these boys are slipping and sliding out here. These tires are slicker. This track is slicker than asphalt, and they are keeping it clean, and keeping it straight and putting on a great show for these fans.
You see right now, Eversole just does not have the car he had earlier, losing spot now to the 51 of Kramer. What has happened to that pink machine for Eversole?
Yeah, wow. I just want to add that we want to thank Rillo for tuning in the comments, because it has been just as entertaining as the race. So shout out to Rillo. You can catch him next tomorrow night in the Last Ride series on FWN.
The track temperature risen 6 degrees since the start of this race, and you might say, "Oh, you know, that's not too much." Well, it was 131. Now it's 137.
Yeah, I think
Battle
I saw,
on. Battle on right here between Landon Brown, Austin Cansdale for
Whoa.
fourth.
Yeah. You know, it reminds me, Scott. I bet you these tires are like, like when you're a kid, and if you grew up in the South, so you go out to the sidewalk, you take an egg and you cook. You'd
I've heard of it. Oh, I've heard of it.
Boil it. You let it fry on the sidewalk. Yeah, during the summer. Woo! These people up north don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it gets that hot.
More contact between Cansdale and the 5 of Landon Brown. Cansdale has been trying to get past Landon Brown for so long now. He's finally able to. He gets himself up into fourth, but he's 2.4 seconds back of third place Colt Martin.
Wow.
So this run, very different from the opening run. We saw the first 4 cars all within half a second of each other, battling it out for the top spot. But this run, different this time. Kyle Dumas all the way out front, half a second in front of Stephen Luttrell. Luttrell in second, 1.5 seconds ahead of Colt Martin. Then Colt Martin 2.2 seconds ahead of Cansdale. And then Landon Brown, obviously, a little bit behind Cansdale. That's your top 5 right now. This battle that we're looking along right now with is right outside of the top 5. It's Kramer, Eversole, and Morrill, and as well as Joshua Tressler, all 6th through 9th here battling.
Yeah, great battle for I got to see what position this for the 6th position.
We're about to have a new battle. We're about to have a battle for the lead. Stephen Luttrell has knocked that gap down between him and Dumas about 0.2 per lap here. Dumas, wow. I think he has used up the tires yet again on this run, and Luttrell has caught him.
Yeah, Luttrell's caught him, and he's right up there. He said, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" And he's really knocking on his door, trying to get past him. He's right up on his back bumper, but if we look back further for this battle for 6th, this thing is not going away.
This battle, too exciting for the leaders. I'll keep you updated on both of them. Luttrell now down to the inside this time by. He's going to get Dumas. He's faster.
Yeah.
Dumas used up his tires. He did the same thing he did on the opening run. He's too tight off the corner. Cannot get the power down.
That's exactly right, Scott. And that's what I'm thinking. He definitely used up his tires, and Luttrell was smart about it. I think Dumas got too over anxious and, decided that he was, got a little anxious about it, because he told us before he was anxious about driving these. So, but yeah, might cost him a win for sure.
A little bit of contact between them. Dumas going to come down, doored him into one, and Dumas is he's disconnected from the session, but he's back in it right here. That was a big internet blip from them. I have no idea what happened right there, but somehow Dumas got the lead back after Luttrell passed him.
Yeah. What just happened? Did Dumas just figure out a cheat code or a glitch? And we just saw it?
Yeah, I have no idea what happened right there. I'm just very unsure as to how that happened, but Luttrell has fallen back, so we'll take you back to the mid-pack. Robert Eversole continuing to fall down. Meanwhile, Joshua Tressler have a great day as they make huge contact. Eversole absolutely sends it into turn 3.
Yeah, he definitely sent it. But yeah, Tressler had a great run Thursday night in the late model race. So great to see him, coming out here strong and building on the momentum in the mini stocks.
Yeah, Eversole has lost it here in this race. He was battling so well up front earlier, but this second run has not been to his liking. Joshua Tressler, one of those drivers, having a pretty solid run so far. We've seen him have a couple of incidents, but he's been able to work his way back up through the field. He's about to fight with Caleb Kramer.
Yeah, definitely about to fight with Caleb Kramer, but look at Norman and Morrell going at it. That's definitely something to keep an eye on to see how Morrell's going to, take that. And
We're taking a look here just a moment as we saw Tressler get loose. There's a tire mark
Oh my God.
on the 36's car, and I think that might have been from the glitch in iRacing when we saw Dumas right to his inside. We got 16 laps to go. Take another look here at the 36. There's a donut on the right side of that car, right in front of the 36. That's got to be from that iRacing glitch where we saw Dumas almost inside of his car for a second.
That's very interesting because you know what, Scott? That's going to hurt the handling of that car and the aero. Well, I mean, kind of aerodynamics, but that's going to hurt the downforce and everything on that car too, or it could make it better.
Well, it's not really going to matter, I don't think. Dumas has just used up his stuff, and Luttrell has found a way to save it. Luttrell now back to the inside here of Dumas. This is your battle for the lead. You can see Dumas just cannot hold that bottom line. He cannot hold the bottom of the corner. And so Luttrell down to the inside here for a second time. He's going to go right on by new leader Stephen Luttrell with just under 15 to go.
And look at Dumas going to give him the bump and run right there, trying to get past
He just doesn't have the drive off, though.
He doesn't. He doesn't have the drive off. Luttrell finally, I think since Luttrell got past him, I think this is it.
Yeah, Luttrell, without a caution, Luttrell will move away from Dumas now. What a great job for Luttrell to save his tires. Dumas just could not find a way to save them enough here at Southern National.
Yeah, it's a good
But the race is never over until that checkered flag flies.
Exactly, and it's a good thing we don't play that Burger King commercial that goes Whopper, Whopper, any Whopper. There's anything and everything happens when that happens. So, yeah, hopefully there's no caution. Hopefully we didn't jinx him.
Devin Morrill back here battling in ninth. He's 3 wide in turn 1 with Daniel Jones and Lance Starling. Out of turn number 2, 3 wide action between them. They have kept it clean so far. It has been great racing. Daniel Jones way up out on the high line. And meanwhile, Caleb Kramer right there as well. This is a 4-car battle for 8th.
Yeah, look at Daniel.
Looks like they're doing a victory salute.
I know they're doing the 4-car salute, but man, this is getting good right here, definitely.
Lance Starling just picked up 3 positions in 1 turn.
Wow, that's big for Lance.
Oh well,
Starling.
I say he picked up 3 positions. He's 6 laps down, so he did not. I thought he did.
He didn't pick up. So yeah.
Well, Devin Morrill still in 8th right now. Daniel Mindfu Jones right there. So that means that Caleb Kramer lost 2 spots on that go. Kramer looking like he has used up his right sides as well.
Yeah, Kramer looks like he's used up his. And Daniel Jones is right there trying to get past Morrell. Morrell's just not letting him pass, but here comes Jones on the inside. He'll pull alongside of him as they go down into the backstretch into turn 3.
Backstretch in turn 3. This, meanwhile, is a battle for third between Colt Martin and Austin Cansdale. We're now under 5 laps to go. What a great drive from Cansdale to get back from 13th on after the pit stop, as we saw Colt Martin absolutely sliding it out of turn 4. That 33 car has gained 10 spots from when we last pitted. Meanwhile, Stephen Luttrell trying to go 3 more laps to pick up his 2nd win.
Yeah, and I just want to add, the head boss man said I couldn't be there tonight, but I want to say, let every one of the drivers know, heck of a job tonight, guys. Great racing and great show. So, thumbs up from the boss man. So that's always a good sign for sure.
It really has been a great show. I think we've seen the right amount of action, right amount of contact between a lot of these drivers. Stephen Luttrell has had probably the least contact out there as he is going to pick up the white flag this time by one more time. It's the CRN, 1 to go. He won last weekend in his opening race at Myrtle Beach here with 4 Wide Motorsports, and tonight at Southern National, he's going to go back to back.
Yeah, great performance. But he didn't have much contact, but he's got the most damage on the car. That's the thing. He's got the cosmetic with the donut. So that would be a great race used diecast. If anyone wants to make that. Oh my gosh. Willow said Kansas locked in after that toppy. Oh my god. What the heck?
So Stephen Luttrell picks up his second win and goes back-to-back. Kyle Dumas finishes second. Right sides could not hold on. Austin Cansdale rounds out your podium. I mean, I can't say enough about Stephen Luttrell. We've seen him in 2 races, and he's won both.
Yeah, great run. Great job all around by these guys. I just want to say, great job from every driver in this series. Y'all put on a heck of a show, and it was definitely a fun race to call. Definitely, wasn't it, Scott?
I would have to agree. I think we saw the right amount of action. We saw some 3 wide. We saw a little bit of some stack-ups. We saw some sends. I think we saw it all, and we saw a great battle for the lead, a bit of a tire-saving game. Stephen Luttrell did it the best. He's going to burn it down on the front stretch here at Southern National Motorsports Park.
Listen to that engine roar.
That's what I was going to say. Listen, race fans. Well, as Stephen Luttrell burns it down, we're going to send you to a quick commercial, and we'll be back with the results and your interview from your winner of Stephen Luttrell.
Welcome to Elevated.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. Iracing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
After a action-packed day here at Southern National Motorsports Park. Stephen Luttrell picks up his second win, leading 25 laps tonight. What a race it was for him. Stephen, let's go ahead and get into it. You win back-to-back in only 2 races. You're 100%. You're 2 for 2. How does it feel?
I'm batting 1,000, and I'm not sure how. These guys are not making it easy. That 15 was very tough to pass. He did not make it easy on me.
Yeah, Kyle Dumas, I mean, he is a great driver. Won out at Hickory the race before you joined up in the league. He was great in the modifieds. Talk to me about that run. It seemed like he used up his tires a little bit more on both runs, and you were able to save. Was that something that you were doing consciously, or do you think that was just the different styles of how you all drove?
Well, the first run, I think it just came down to style, and I came down to pit and to get a gauge of how much the tires were wearing. That second run, I was definitely just holding back, saving as much right rear as I could. I looked down, saw there was 30 to go, and just I'm using the right rear up now.
Emmett, go ahead.
So, did you miss a shift on that stack up that caused that caution?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's what we thought. We were like,
Hey,
oh.
look, even winners make mistakes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I threw it in fourth, and it did not want to go.
It did not want to go. Man.
So, Steven, we saw one moment on that last run. You had caught Dumas after, laying back, saving that right rear, and he glitched out for a second, and then he came back in, and he was in front of you. How did you assess that? How did you be like, I just passed him, I got to do it again?
Well, I was on his outside, and as I was passing him, I saw him in my mirror disappear, and I went, well, and I couldn't hear his engine anymore. So, well, that kind of sucks for him. And then he appeared. We were in the same space and scared the daylights out of me.
Well, I can say that I have felt that before, and there is nothing scarier. You were able to reset, go back, and go get him, and cruise to a second victory back-to-back. 2 in a row. Stephen, before we let you go tonight, anyone you'd like to thank?
Just my family. Everybody in my family that sticks around and helps me out and keeps me going, and they just keep racing. We can't race real cars anymore. We don't have a track to race at anymore, so iRacing it is, and I'm having a blast with it.
Well, a great job tonight, Stephen. Second win. Go celebrate, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thank you guys much.
Stephen Luttrell, your winner here tonight at Southern National. What a great drive by him. He didn't lead that many laps, but he, I think, was the dominant car of the night. Emmett, your unofficial results, Kyle Dumas comes up just short in second. Austin Cansdale was able to snag that podium away from Colt Martin. Martin said that he was battling damage on that last run, but still comes home in fourth. Hey, look at that. The 4-car and the 5-car come home fourth and fifth. Speaking of that 5-car, that is one of the co-owners of the Leadfoot Racing League we do here on Sundays, Landon Brown. Blake Norman, Joshua Tressler are 6th and 7th. 8th is the 31 of Devin Rill, and your 5th place, or I say 5th row, would be Daniel Jones and Caleb Kramer rounding out your top 10 results.
Yeah, and 11th, we'll find 11th we'll find Bradley Young, and we'll find Yogi Schleer. And 12th, 13th, Terry W. Spainhauer. 14th, Lance Starling. 15th, Robert Eversole. And 3 cars retired, Benjamin Hollenbaugh, Jared Berlin, and Scott Shive.
I don't think I could have retired if I never started, okay? 5 cautions made up the race tonight. There were 13 changes for the lead. But Emmett, your thoughts on this race tonight?
It was definitely pretty interesting. Great, entertaining race for these fans. Look at them. They're still standing up. They're still hooping and hollering out there. But, I mean, it was definitely, this is what I think Daniel Jones and Wayne Cannon had in their mind when they came out with this series. And, yeah, great product all around.
Couldn't agree more. Let's talk about what we've got up and coming here at Elevated Television. I know that we don't have the graphics, but I can tell you that we're going to have late model stocks here up and coming on Thursday. And then I know we've got Leadfoot Racing League always on Sunday. And we'll be back here with the 4Wide Motorsports, modified, the mini stocks on Wednesday. Producer, any special events that I need to mention? Yes. 2 weeks. Well, I say 2 weeks. It's going to be April 19th. That'll be not this coming Saturday, but the next. We'll have the R&L 225. It'll be 9 different divisions of racing at Langley. It'll be AI racing, all here on Elevated Television. So make sure not to miss that special event. Go ahead, Emmett.
And also,
A real life cam from Elevated Television coming on April 13th around 1 p.m. Central Time. We've in the Roadster from our good producer Cody Deemers will be out there making some practice laps.
Also, I just wanted to add Thursday night's late model race will be at Nashville Fairgrounds, so you're not going to want to miss that for sure, folks.
That is going to be good, Emmett. That'll do us. Oh, go ahead. Wait, we got one more. Yeah. We do need.
Yes, definitely.
We want a huge shout out for Landon Brown. He came out here tonight to race, partially for fun, but we really want to be able to get more cars for the Leadfoot Racing League. Those guys do a heck of a job in all of their stuff with their adminning. The racing product on track could not be better. If you love late model stock racing, please come out on Sunday nights with the Leadfoot Racing League. We've got guys like Parker Eatman. You can find the Discord for them on our Discord in Elevated Television. That's in the description below of this live stream. So please, if you want to race, come out on Sundays for the Leadfoot Racing League. I want to shout, we got guys like Parker Eatman, Jordan Black, and many others that come out that race. We got Justin Brooks last week who used to race in NASCAR competition, so it's not like it's a bunch of nobodies. We got some awesome drivers out there getting to race, so please, if you love late model stocks, come out next Sunday. Come out all Sundays with as many drivers as possible. And with that note, we will wrap it up here tonight from the daytime of Southern National. We've had Cody Deemers in production, and my colleague Emmett Crow in the booth. My name is Scott Shive, and we'll see you next week.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of Elevated Broadcasting. Elevated TV would like to thank all of our fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.